So very briefly, while we, on a spiritual level, we are striving for a lacto-vegetarian diet, which includes dairy, including milk and cheese, um, you know, and dairy products. But we understand the vegan ethical argument, and basically, so let's just we're gonna botch this up, but um, yeah, we did some research, and it is kind of troubling the idea that basically, in certain industrialized countries, that basically, you take an animal, it's a respect for all life, but just as it relates to the vegan perspective of dairy. So we're going to be, as it relates specifically to this question. So take for example, yeah, we were kind of troubled by the idea that basically, for example, with the cow or dairy cows, after a productive life cycle, to even phrase it in life cycle, it's kind of wrong, but basically that, basically an animal that's, producing, providing, for humanity. And once they're no longer productive, that they could end up in the slaughterhouse, and they could end up in the food supply, as beef, whatever. Okay, that is kind of troubling because and in terms of how dairy products are derived, we believe there's definitely ethical considerations, and the same consumption of dairy, milk, cheese, butter could be very different depending upon the ecological civilization. So if, for example, in Exhibit A, for argument's sake, the animal is treated with love and respect throughout its entire life, and it's never basically treated as just some, as some farm product, okay, and all the dairy products are ethically derived, and the animals from throughout its entire life is treated with respect. It's not discarded. It is not sent to a slaughterhouse. It doesn't end up on someone's plate. So we believe, depending on circumstance, dairy can be ethical in terms of how it is derived, how the animal is treated from beginning to the entire natural phases of life, from cradle to grave. So we understand, we actually deeply appreciate the vegan argument that, for example, if there's a perspective that dairy products can be problematic in terms of ethical considerations. So as it relates to dairy, we understand that. Um, and that's why we believe, that's why we believe there has to be, we value a spiritual ecosystem that makes a vegetarian lifestyle easy, so one is not having to, daily struggle with, basically, in terms of culture, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of the accessibility, availability of wholesome, delicious vegetarian fare. Um, and that's why we value, basically, from a spiritual perspective, we want to be, residents. We want to live in a society where it's just easy as breathing clean, natural air. A vegetarian lifestyle that respects the animal.